What's up everyone, Sean Blagrith here today with a video that may not interest some of you, but this is something I've wanted to do for a while considering this is the biggest collection I actually have of one band. And while it's the biggest, it is not complete. At the current moment, I am feeling sick as hell. I had a great day today, and then out of nowhere I started to have a hard time breathing. I'm having chest pain right now. I have wisdom teeth that are still bothering me. I have a what's the word I'm looking for? A abscess tooth, which is killing me. And I have the chills, and I am absolutely freezing. And if you hear anything in the background, it's just rain outside my window. But we're going to go in order of this band's discography, and if you see me stop every once in a while to get a drink, I'm drinking tea because it's warm and I feel shaky as hell. So let's do this. One of my all-time favorite bands, and as I said, the biggest collection I have. Actually, I'm going to start off earlier. I'm going to start off with a CD. We're going to start off with the early years of this amazing band, and of course I am talking about Darkthrone. Darkthrone is one of my favorite bands of all time. I want to show my collection. I'm not going to go into too much detail. This is the Frostland tapes, which is the death metal era of Darkthrone, their demos. This features the Land of Frost demo from 1988, a New Dimension demo from 88, Volcandra from 89, Cromlech from 89, Live in Denmark from 1990, and Goat Lord Rare Instrumental version from 1991. This is a really cool set. Unfortunately, the tray on one of the for one of the CDs came unglued, which I am going to fix, and this came undone, which pissed me off. That holds the Goat Lord demo, but 3 CD set, very nice media book presentation, backstory on Darkthrone, and all that good stuff. So from there, we move on to 1991 with the debut album from Darkthrone, Soulside Journey. This is the 2012 repress. I'm not too sure the limitation. I'm pretty sure 2000, considering that is what majority of Peaceville releases are, is 2,000 copies. For this is just one of the best old school death metal albums ever, in my opinion. Very Swedish sounding. And last time I said that, people were like, yeah, well, they're Norwegian. Yeah, no shit, but it still sounds like old school Swedish death metal to me, which obviously is a great thing. So Soulside Journey, back, and then you have a printed inner sleeve, which is very nice. It says, "As wolves among sheep we have wandered." You got lyrics, band photos, all that good stuff. And of course, it is just a plain black vinyl. And note, that is not a scuff on it. You saw that is actually a hair that I'm going to wipe off when I go to play this next time. And just so you know, the reason for me doing this video is in honor of Darkthrone releasing Arctic Thunder. So, very cool. Can't wait for that album. I have it pre-ordered. Huge shout out to my buddy Tyler for picking it up for me, the orange edition. Can't wait. I'll do an unboxing and all that. Next up, we have the 1992, I believe. No, 91 actually. Maybe the years are wrong on the back of these, because I think Soulside Journey was 90. Yeah, 90. Regardless, A Blazing in Northern Sky, the first black metal album from Darkthrone. While it does have death metal within it, it's still a black metal album, so take that for what it's worth. This is actually the first U.S. press, but the guy I got it from never sent me the booklet, so it's actually just a piece of paper. If anybody has a booklet that they don't want for some reason, hit me up. I desperately need it. But very cool to have that. And I also have the 20th anniversary reissue of A Blaze in the Northern Sky. 2 CD set featuring commentary, liner notes, lyrics, photos, etc. The second CD. And I also have the LP of A Blaze in the Northern Sky. This is the 2009 Peaceville reissue. Limited to 2000, I have number 771. So many fucking good songs on this. In the Shadow of the Horns, Catharian Life Code, A Blaze in Northern Sky, The Pagan Winter. Fucking incredible. Gatefold, a little bit of passage written by, I believe, Nocturnal Culto. And no printed inner sleeve, but what's really cool about this is it's actually on clear vinyl, which is pretty interesting considering Peaceville normally doesn't do colored vinyl for Darkthrone. But nonetheless, very happy to have this. One of my all-time favorite black metal albums. Up next, we're going to move on to the third album by Darkthrone, which would be Under a Funeral Moon. This is the 2003 Digipack reissue that features the interview chapter 3. I watched all of them, all parts are on YouTube, very interesting to watch. Nothing too special packaging wise. I dig it. I would like to have, my goal is to have like as much as I possibly can of Darkthrone in my collection. And speaking of which, I actually just remembered I forgot something. So hold on 1 second, because it actually is related to Under a Funeral Moon, which I'll show after I'm done with this section. Anyways, one of my favorite albums from Darkthrone. It's not my favorite of the Unholy Trinity, so to speak. But it is still ungodly good. And I also have the 2010 Peaceville reissue on vinyl, which is a very cool edition. Favorite songs from this, Natasha and Eternal Sleep, Summer of the Diabolical Holocaust, Unholy Black Metal, Under Funeral Moon, Crossing the Triangle of Flames. So goddamn good. That cover. A little bit different, and I saw Craig Legay showed the original, which actually, I believe, had like the borders around the picture like shown there. This doesn't. It's just band photos. Gatefold with lyrics. Then you have a printed inner sleeve with another passage written by Nocturnal Culto, the famous Tuckford photo, and then just plain black vinyl. I don't want to go into too much discussion about these albums just because I've talked about them to death, and this is just a collection video in celebration of the new album coming out. And also this version comes with an art print, which is very, very cool. And for some reason I'm feeling worse as this video continues. And I'm starting to sweat now. I got the chills fucking hardcore. I have no idea what's going on. Moving on, this is a bootleg that was sent to me by my buddy Kyle. This is Crossing the Triangle of Flames, 7-inch bootleg. This is a rehearsal from 1992 featuring Under a Funeral Moon and Unholy Black Metal. For some reason, not Crossing the Triangle of Flames. Very basic, very flimsy packaging, and just plain white label with a 45 hole on it. but still very cool to have. It's interesting to hear these songs even rawer. It's quite the abrasive listen, but definitely worth checking out. Now, moving on, we're going to move on to the most famous album from Darkthrone. That being Transylvanian Hunger. This is the 20th anniversary reissue with a commentary disc, media book edition. Nothing can be said about this album that hasn't already been said. It's a fucking masterpiece. And then I have the... I don't know what year this reissue was, but I do have a reissue. It's one of the more recent ones. Limited to 2,000 copies. Got 1904. Very basic, just stripped down. Lyrics on the back. Basic black vinyl, but I do like the center label of Transylvanian Hunger cover. Fucking perfect black metal album. This is, in my opinion, the textbook definition of black metal. Moving on, I have a bootleg that I actually made myself. I shouldn't really include this, but it's A Night of Unholy Black Metal. Printed off the insert and all that myself and burnt a CD. Really cool to hear some of the black metal songs played live, like Under Funeral Moon, In the Shadow of the Horns, Transylvanian Hunger, Blaze in Northern Sky, Unholy Black Metal, Summer of the Diabolical Holocaust. Really cool shit. Anyways, moving on. Panzerfaust, my favorite Darkthrone album and one of my all-time favorite albums ever. Hordes Nebula, Quintessence, Triumphant Gleam, Total Celtic Frost Worship. This is amazing. This is the 2010 Peaceville reissue. Limited to 2,000. I have number 925. Comes with a printed inner sleeve with liner notes about the album, along with lyrics. And the record is just a very basic black vinyl. This album is perfect. It is my favorite Darkthrone album, one of the best albums ever written in black metal. Everything about it's perfect. It has some notes of Transylvanian Hunger still there, but a lot of it is slower tempo, Celtic Frost sort of worship, which is alright in my book. Up next, we have a pretty big jump in the discography. Ravishing Grimness. This is a Back on Black reissue. This is an album that not too many people care for. I actually do enjoy this. The song Lifeless and To the Death Under the King. Fucking great shit. Still, I feel like this era of Darkthrone is like really hateful. More hateful than the early shit, in my opinion. It's just so pissed off and angry sounding. I love it. Then we have Darkthrone with Plague Wielder. Far from my favorite. This is my least favorite from Darkthrone. As I said, I'm trying to get everything I possibly can by them. This is a recent Peaceville reissue from 2012. Printed inner sleeve and black vinyl. Decent, okay album. It's far from my favorite. Plague Wielder is good, but not special. I know people prefer it over Ravishing Grimness. I am not one of those people. Weakling Avenger's alright. I mean, if I had to pick one song. Moving on to CDs. Again, we have Darkthrone with Hate Them. This is probably my favorite of the later black metal era. The song Fucked Up and Ready to Die. So fucking good. This is the OG Moonfog pressing. I would like to get the Peaceville reissue as well. Moving on, the beginning of the punk era from Darkthrone. The Cult is Alive. Underrated album. Totally underrated. This is when Darkthrone lost a lot of people, but in my opinion, it is still top quality shit. Printed inner sleeve. The song Too Old, Too Cold. So good. Graveyard Slut. black vinyl. I can't get enough of this album, to be honest. Like, when the mood strikes for it, it hits the spot, and it is so good. And I apologize about the rain in the background. I just realized I only have 5 minutes left to film this, so I'm going to try and go as fast as I can, which shouldn't be too hard. Fuck Off and Die, FOAD from Darkthrone. This is the box set edition. What we have in here, CD, and we get a poster of Fenris, which is very cool. Some postcards, which are very, very cool. And that rain is picking up outside. And, of course, you have the booklet. Moving on. Circle the Wagons. This is the original press from 2010. This was actually the first Darkthrone vinyl I ever got, and I fucking love this album. This is probably my favorite of the late era Darkthrones. This is incredible. This actually comes with a art print, which is cool. Actually came with 2 for some reason. I actually have 1 right there. Printed inner sleeve. Every song on this is so fucking good. This is a criminally underrated album. Black vinyl. Favorite songs from it: I Am the Working Class, Circle the Wagons, I Am the Graves of the 80s, fucking Those Treasures Will Never Befall You, They're Out of Reach for You. And then we move on to the latest offering from Darkthrone, The Underground Resistance. Shout out to Roger at, I can't remember his channel name for some reason. I'm blanking out, but I will link it in the description. He sent me this for free. Underground Resistance Media Book Edition. Thank you so much, man. Very cool to have. And then, of course, we have the vinyl, and it looks like I'm going to run out of time just in time. Gatefold. Back cover. Printed inner sleeve. I love that this is Ted's things, Nocturnal Cultos, and then Fenris is just a mile long. And then, of course, black vinyl. Incredible album. Valkyrie, Leave No Cross Unturned, and this also comes with a very big poster of this sick artwork. And that concludes my Darkthrone collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Now that this video is over, I am going to probably watch something on Netflix and hope for death, because I feel like death. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.